Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Rescuers continue to search for survivors under the rubble after a magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck central Italy, leaving at least 73 people dead so far and 150 missing. The quake hit at 3:36 this morning, roughly 100 kilometers northeast of Rome. It struck at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers, comparing the quake's intensity to that of the Aquila earthquake in April of 2009, where 309 people died. Many of the dead were in Accumuli, close to the epicenter, and in Amatrice, only a short distance away, which was largely reduced to rubble. The village of Pescara del Tronto was leveled to the ground, with the number of dead expected to rise. The Albanian embassy in Italy confirmed that 5 Albanians were injured by the earthquake, though the injuries are not life-threatening. Official sources released that 48 Albanian people are registered in the Amatrice area. The Albanian embassy said it is in full readiness to provide help for Albanian citizens. Albania's political leaders have reached out to the people of Italy after this morning's earthquake, where at least 73 people have perished and the search for survivors under the rubble continues. President of the Republic of Albania, Bujar Nishani, expressed his condolences to the victims' families, saying, "I am truly sad about the deaths caused by the earthquakes. I stand by families affected by the earthquakes. I send my deepest condolences to the victims' families. I pray there are no more victims under the rubble," the president says. Prime Minister Edi Rama also responded, expressing solidarity with the Italian people and government. "A sad day for our friend Italy. My deepest condolences to the victims' families. Solidarity with the Italian people and government," the Prime Minister said. The Minister of Foreign Affairs also offered his condolences for the deaths caused by the earthquake. Italy was shaken by a grave earthquake which took many lives and caused many material damages. On behalf of the Albanian government and people, I express my sincere condolences to my Italian counterpart, said Minister Bushati. The Democratic Party chairman, Lul Zambasha, joined the solidarity for the victims caused by the earthquake, saying, "Solidarity with the Italian people and government. We stand by families of Albanian citizens. We wish for a fast recovery of the injured. Condolences to the victims' families. My prayers and thoughts are with the injured and with the victims' families," he said. The Ombudsman also expressed his pain for the loss of life in our neighboring country and joined his prayers that people under the rubble be saved alive. "I am deeply saddened by the deaths from the earthquake. We pray that people under the rubble be saved alive. I am following information about Albanians with great concern. Solidarity to the Italian people and government," declared the Ombudsman. The Bank of Albania has adopted a new regulation for determining elements that threaten the bank's daily activities. The document, Policy for Risk Management at the Bank of Albania, aims to determine risk and simultaneously implement several measures to prevent risks. The report determines losses occurring by human factor as the main risk, which is directly linked to the frequent robberies that have occurred recently in the country. According to the Bank of Albania, breach of the internal regulatory framework by the bank's employees is listed as the financial loss factor related to people. According to the report, the losses are a result of insufficient staff, lack of required knowledge, inadequate supervision, the departure of key employees, and fraud or non-compliance with ethical standards and integrity in the workplace. The Bank of Albania's report notes that these losses are mainly deliberate. Another sensitive risk for the banking system, according to the Bank of Albania's report, is related to deficiencies in the procedures regarding activities carried out by the banks. The malfunctioning or the deliberate damage of electronic systems are also determined to be a significant problem, resulting in financial losses for Albania's banking system. Natural risks are listed at the end of the report and regard the threat of financial losses in the domestic banking system. Setting the framework for operational risk management at the Bank of Albania aims to identify the problems, improve the system of internal control, minimize losses caused by the human factor, and prevent operational risks that come from people. By increasing the efficiency of human resources, the policy aims to minimize losses and help divide tasks and responsibilities between units to fulfill the objectives. The Ministry of Economy finalized an agreement with a private company which will collect, preserve, and package fresh vegetables in Berat for a period of 20 years. The company will rent a property of 42,000 square meters in Berat at €1 per square meter, investing a total of $20 million. The agreement was signed by the Minister of Economy, who declared that the company will be an investment of $20 million and will initially employ 50 workers. The minister added that the investment will improve the area's conditions, which have degraded over time. There will be an investment of $20 million over 20 years with an initial investment of $2 million. By 2018, the company will have employed 50 people. So to us, this is an important event to activate a property that was left in degradation. The investment will bring more opportunities to Berat to boost economic activity, especially for the well-known production of vegetable products that come from the area, declared the Minister of Economy. Tirana's City Hall is in negotiations for the privatization of the water supply company, but the mayor gave assurance to the citizens that the water's price will not change after privatization. Tirana's mayor made the statement during a work inspection of the wastewater and sewage plant in Shkoza. We are still in the negotiation process, but I want to assure the citizens that we will do the best for them and wait until we receive the best bid for a water supply company. This will not affect the drinking water's price, as that is determined by the regulatory body, just the same as with the energy prices, declared Tirana's mayor. The sewage plant in the Shkoza area handles the wastewaters for 400 families that live in the area, but also processes the water supply. The City Hall and the water supply company have planned network investments in at least 40 different areas of the capital. The majority and opposition's candidates for Dibra mayor held separate meetings today with residents of some villages and old neighborhoods. The majority's candidate was accompanied in his meetings by the leaders of the Socialist Movement for Integration and by leaders of the Party for Justice, Integrity, and Unity. The majority's candidate presented his plans for the area's urban development and promised to solve road infrastructure problems. Meanwhile, the opposition's candidate discussed problems the citizens have and assured them that he will be dedicated to solving their problems and increase investments in the area. The opposition's candidate said that the government is spending about 870 million lek for the city's promenade at a time when the citizens have other important needs. He said that the government thinks of the citizens only when it needs their votes. The Democratic Party accused the Prime Minister today of using state police officers to defend the gangs they claim are trying to manipulate elections in Dibra. The Democratic Party's General Secretary declared that the former Socialist MP, Arben Doka, has been engaged to manipulate elections in Dibra. The DP's secretary said that Mirdita's chief against crimes stands behind the manipulation of elections. Earlier today, the Democratic Party also accused the Prime Minister of favoring the Socialist MP, Sadri Abazi, giving him corrupt money to use to buy the votes in Dibra. According to Democrats, the Prime Minister abandoned Dibra citizens during the past 3 years of governance. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.